Tiara here with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in. What am I doing today? Well, I'm just going to go crazy with some rose. A rose themed soap, and if you guys have been around, you know rose is my nemesis. We do not get along. I do not like the smell of them. I cannot pipe them at all. I'm awful at piping roses, and I've had some really bad experiences with some rose fragrance oils. But Brambleberry was nice enough to send me their Enchanted garden collection that, you guessed it, it only made sense, there is a rose fragrance in this collection. So fairy tale rose, and there was also some rose extract in there. So it's gonna be fun. I'm going to start off by adding my rose extract into my oils. I'm going to give that a little mix with the stick blender, and then I'll pour in my lye solution. I remembered I wanted to do layers in this soap, so switched over to the whisk. Going to pour off a good amount into this big cup here, and a little bit into this little cup here. I have some titanium dioxide dispersed in water, and into this guy I have a mixture of Ruby Red and My Red Obsession by Nurture Soap. I'm going to start by mixing up these two, doing a little in the pot swirl, and then we'll pour that into the molds. I'm going to set this big bucket to the side. So the fragrance is called Fairy Tale Rose, and it has notes of geranium, rose, raspberry, plum, gardenia, sandalwood, musk, wood, and patchouli. And of course it accelerates in cold process because it's a rose scent or a floral scent. They tend to do that, and just because it's not my friend. So I'm going to hand mix that in, do a little in the pot swirl, and start pouring them into the mold. I do not like rose scents, but I want to like this one because of all those other notes in there. There is definitely a sweet background to it and a little bit of spice, so it's not horrible and very cloying and overpowering rose, but it's still rose, and I just don't like rose fragrance oils. That's all I can say. Alright, let's give this a good mix. I'm gonna pour this white into the red and get the pouring here. Alright, for the final bit of this soap, I'm going to color the rest of this batter with some titanium dioxide. I'll give that a mix. You guys might remember these hot pink shreds. They have made an appearance in quite a bit of soap recently, and then I'll give them a mix as well so they're not as stringy and chunky. Get them a little bit smaller, and we'll add the fragrance and we'll get the pouring. And it wasn't that awful. It didn't accelerate like the Queen of Hearts soap did, but it did get a little thick on me in the end. Alright, remember that part where I said I was like awful at piping roses? Well, here are my awful rustic looking roses that I piped. I just had to give it another try. You know, this collection is all about flowers, and the only thing that made sense to me was real piped roses on top of this soap. So I'm definitely challenging myself with this collection. I'm going to randomly place these throughout the soap. I'll fill it in with some maybe leaves, and we'll get some white icing over here and just do some other flower looking pipings that I can manage. I think with anything though, practice makes perfect, and that has always been my motto. You don't get better at something if you don't keep trying. Don't give up. And in this case, they're not perfect. But I found that if you throw them on a soap and cover it up with some leaves and some other fancy things and lots of glitter, and you cut it up into bars, you're never going to be able to tell that the roses were not perfect. I think the biggest issue I have with piping them was that using my left hand, you need to actually turn the nail, not move your hand that the icing bag is in. And I just couldn't train my mind to tell my right hand to stay still and for my left hand to keep turning that nail. So I think that's where you get the real pretty, realistic looking rose, is from the turning of the nail technique. But not quite there. Perhaps I will try again, but that would mean I'd have to make another rose scented soap, and like I said, they're not my favorite. Alright, got a few more to stick on here. Go get some soap frosting together, and we'll fill the rest of the soap in. So, if the inside looks anything like the outside, this is such a gorgeous soap. You can't even tell that I am poop at piping roses. Like, once they're on top of there, it just all comes together. That's the inside. I like it. I liked that the pink also could represent like the color of rose, or the white, and the red, and I try to just incorporate a couple different rose colors in there. I did get some, just a little bit of glycerin rivers. That's what I'm looking for. Not that bad. It's because it did heat up on me and got a little bit of glycerin rivers, but not a big deal. Do I want to smell the soap? I'm a little scared to smell the soap. I think it's moving around. I can always tell when the weather changes and it starts to get really humid here in Maryland, because my cutter gets really stiff. Look at that. I like it. What do you guys think? I think it's awesome. I still have one more fragrance to play with for this collection. Oh, this one has really pretty swirls down at the bottom there. Got a couple more. If you want to purchase the soap, it will be available on the June 26th shop update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Alright, I'll smell it. I know you guys want me to smell it. No. It is a very good fragrance. I don't like the rose scent in there. I mean, it's good. It has a bit of a sweet smell, but it still makes me want to gag. Sad roses make me want to gag. thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Soapscribe. Any questions or comments, you can leave them for me in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you guys have a very nice day, and I will smell you later.